It's Monday at the warehouse. I have 53523. Looks like the utility. A little beat up. It's probably been around and back the last years. Got a little rusty on the rims. I gotta go to Madisonville, Kentucky. Oddball mud flaps. Huh. Alright. Got polished back doors, all rippled. 53523. I think I pulled this one before. Yeah, it's got a nice rat rod rim right next to a nice new rim. That's funny. And these tires look alright. Well, it's about 8.5 hour drive down there. About 9 hours after your half. And then 10 hours later, it's a 9 o'clock in the morning appointment there. They open at 7, so I'll check in by then. Unload this cardboard and see what they got for me. But usually it's something going up to Cincinnati and then drop and hook this trailer and pick up another one and take it back to the warehouse. But it's about 25 degrees out. It was in the teens all weekend. Summer's gone. Oh, they need snow back on the ground, then we'll get into the holiday spirit again. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Back to work. Oh, looks like Kentucky's got snow too. I'm in Madisonville, Kentucky. Unloading here. It's Tuesday morning, early. Gotta disconnect glad hands. The other ones are locked. These you come out and lock it. My axle's back, shocked both sides. It's just flurrying now, so we'll see. But Illinois looked like they had a lot of snow. I just stayed on the pavement, so my truck doesn't look that bad. Just stay between the lines. Other than that, it looks like a stormy kind of week here. Especially Wisconsin for Wednesday night, Thursday morning. About 40 mile an hour winds with snow, drifting, all that. Very cold. But getting here was about 20 degrees. So the cold went south too. Wisconsin's about 15 degrees. So it's warmer down here. Alright, we'll see what kind of backhaul I get. I'm in Evansville, Indiana on 41. I'm over at Plastics Place, I guess. So about loading plastic. This load here goes to Janesville, Wisconsin. But I'm supposed to meet a driver and do a drop and hook, meet him somewhere. And his load goes to North Carolina. So he's got to get back to the yard. So I don't know where I'm going to meet him, but I'll get rid of this trailer and get it open. A nicer trailer and go to North Carolina. Get away from the storm that's going to happen Wednesday night in Wisconsin. Well, it's a windy day here. I'm in South Carolina. I did a drop and hook, came straight down here. 6112, reefer set for 35. But this one I didn't want to slide the axles all the way back. It's got a little pit back here. I think it would have gone down farther. So I stayed away from it. But it's 64 degrees out right now. It's warming up. It was 61 until I got down south farther. In Wisconsin, it's 17 degrees there. Lots of wind. The Canadian front went down. So they're going through a lot right now, blowing snow, all that stuff. It's winter up there, but down here in South Carolina, it's 64 degrees out. It's early. It's going to warm up more, but that's good. This is CFS Food Service, so that's all right. They get the whole load. That's good. We'll see what kind of backhaul I get. Hope the wind goes down. I'm in North Carolina. This is Mount Olive. That guy's a little overweight. 84,560. Huh. Wonder if he's going to take that load. The shipping containers always run heavy. I don't think those triple axles will help them. But I'm just checking in. This load goes to Tomah, Wisconsin, Walmart. This is where you check in and you gotta drive over there to your load. Once they call you, I got here yesterday about 8 at night. They told me to check in around noon. It's about 11 o'clock now. But Wisconsin's about 10 degrees out. The wind should be dying down. When I get there, it should warm up in the 30s. But it's Friday. Let's see how this works out. They said it's a heavy load, so I went half a tank. This is where I sit. From last night to now. They said it might be ready in about an hour. So this might work out. It's all about pickles or olives here. I'm outside of Indianapolis. They're set for 60 degrees. That way it doesn't freeze. All those pickles are in water. And it'll be about 10 degrees up here. I'm about 50 miles away. It's like a bull hauler dumped up his mess. But this is a big rest area here. You can see the room we got. That way we don't park on the freeway. But you can see where I had to park. It was about 3:30 in the morning when I got here. But I had this edge. Everything else was full. So I got 1 more hour. I hit the road. Got 6 hours to go. I gotta go through Indianapolis, Chicago, Milwaukee, back to the yard. It's Saturday. It's winter time. There's salt all over. This is I-70 coming from Ohio. But seems like a big rest area. This vehicle here, they buy these cars at auction and then they tag them up like this. They're all beat up, many of them are wrecked. But it's cheaper to buy them in auctions, Marshall auctions and all that too. They got them every state. Then they get on the freeway and they go about 50 miles an hour. Very dangerous. They don't go very fast. 50 miles an hour is usually what they do. They tag them like that. There's usually about 3 or 4 lines like that, and they go down the road, then they pull over on the side, fix something, and they keep towing them to their destination. When they buy them, they got to take them out. So that's how they do it. Well, you can make money. It's all about going into Indianapolis now. It's about 1 in the afternoon Eastern time here. Once I get past Indianapolis, then it's Central Time Zone, so it'd be noon. So I figure I'd get back to the yard about 6:30. But this whole lot last night was full. You come right down here and then you flip around and go through the other lots here. But no matter how big you make these rest areas, they're all full at night. It's very neat. It is. But Indiana's, they really work on their rest areas and make them really big for trucks. Even coming into Chicago on 65, right before you hit 80, 94, there's a rest area just for trucks. It's just like this. I believe that was my last video I did. But we'll see. It should warm up. Should get up from the 10s up to the 30s, I believe, for next week. So that'll work out. Well, it's all about getting this trailer back to the yard and get a day off at least. Get a 36-hour, get back to work on Monday. I made sure I locked it. Gotta have that lock and your pin. But I'd say it's about 32 degrees, 33 right now. So, alright, time to be a trucker again. Never ending. Oh, back at the yard. It's Saturday night. Pretty late. It's about 11:30 at night. But I got the reefer still going. It's that start stop. The truck's still looking good. Didn't go through any rain or anything. So that's the way to go. Make sure I got enough fuel. Good. Yeah, when I got down at the rest area, waiting for my 10 hours, and I tried to start the truck and it wouldn't start. Turned the key, had all the power, but it wouldn't start, and like it's a dead battery. So I used the jumper cables off the reefer, because the tri-pack, that should charge it up, and that didn't work. I waited an hour on that. So I waited 2 hours, and I just put the jumper cables on the reefer to the tractor and waited 2 hours, and that didn't work. So I went ahead and opened the hood and looked in by the starter motor. When you have a problem like that, you just take a screwdriver and jump the solenoid, bypass that right to the starter to see if the starter motor will kick over. First thing you want to do, that way you don't blame it on anything else. You want to see if you got at least power from the battery to the starter motor by bypassing the solenoid. And I was looking at it going, wait, I got a bolt or a nut missing on the top of the starter motor. And then I grabbed the starter motor and it was loose. It was moving. So the top nut was missing, and then the bottom two were barely on, and it was just pretty well bouncing around. So with that, it wasn't grounded. So I had to get my tools out, my impact wrench, and tighten the two bottom ones. once I tighten that, then it started up. Everything's fine. So when they did the clutch on the transmission, he didn't install the starter motor right, because you got to take the starter motor off to take the tranny off. So, but I'm back here at the yard. So Monday they got to put a bolt on the top and double check my work, but I used the impact wrench on that, so it's tight. But that's why you bring your tools, you don't want any problems. Well, it's a long week. It's about 47 degrees up here. It's actually pretty warm compared to what it was last week. But it's good to hide out in South Carolina while it was freezing up here, strong winds and 10 degrees out kind of thing. But I'll talk to you all Monday. We'll see what's going on.